Well. SoFi is up 8% for the day. And as promised, I bought into my first position, but definitely not my last position, into SoFi. So over the weekend, Memorial Day, shout out to our soldiers, by the way, once again, I was explaining that this new debt ceiling deal is going to help SoFi. And it seems like the market is agreeing and reacting accordingly. If you guys are unfamiliar with what the hell I'm talking about, there was a new tentative deal reached for the debt ceiling. It was raised for 2 years, and now it needs to be voted on in these next couple of days by the end of this week. But for all intents and purposes, it's going to go through. So let me go over the why SoFi is popping and a possible other catalyst that's going to pop SoFi even more. And then my economic outlook for SoFi. The debt ceiling is raised, and there was a moratorium that says basically since March of 2020, nobody was paying their student loans. And 93% of all student loans are public, federal loans. And 7% is private. So that means there is a abundance of loans that are up for refinancing or financing, but mostly refinancing in this specific case in time. And one of the main catalysts for SoFi, especially in the beginning days, was we do student loans and we do refinancing of student loans. And by doing that, we're getting young millennial clients, customers. And as they grow and progress in life, we will grow and progress in life with them, and they're going to become a very viable and worthy customer. They're going to bring in a lot of money. Right now, SoFi is doing around 50% decrease in student loans, refinancing, and financing since before the pre-pandemic. Now that student loans in 60 days from now are going to come back on track, a lot of people are going to be refinancing those loans, and SoFi is going to get a lot of them, presumably more than they had pre-pandemic, because this entire time they've been building their operation, they've been building their reach, they've been building their app, so on and so forth. So it's very, very important that the market understands what's happening with SoFi and the market reacts properly. So sometimes you got to base your thesis, and if the market reacts according to your thesis, you were right. So you're testing yourself out. And the thesis is holding true. SoFi is up 8% for the day. There's going to be another catalyst right now. Right now, we're in court to see if we're going to cancel $10,000 to $20,000 of student debt. That's probably not going to pass, and that's going to be another bump for SoFi. Remember, it's not just what you think is going to happen, but now you got an actuality, what is happening, a confirmation. So that's going to give SoFi another bump. What's interesting to see here is SoFi, although up 8%, is still right around the middle of 52-week high. 52-week high is north of $8. Right now, SoFi is trading at the high end of $5 with a 52-week low of $4.25. SoFi is up 22%, 23% year to date. However, SoFi is still down 22-23% for the year. It's really, really interesting to see what's happening right now. So if you ask me, I think SoFi still has a massive opportunity. I think SoFi price target of, $8 to $10 is very realistic in the next 12 months. Now, before you guys kill me, I'm not saying they can't do better. I'm just giving you a realistic goal. And if it goes much higher, fantastic. If it, quadruples, I'll be super happy, right? People are going to start having to be accountable for their finances now. For the last 2.5 years or so, 2 years, two and a half, 2020 to 21, 21 to 22, 22 to 23. Basically, for the last 3 years or so, people were able to have an extra, couple of dollars. Remember, $5 billion of loan payments have not been going through. $5 billion per month. And now people are going to have to be more responsible. They're going to have to go back to work. They're going to have to be spending less money. They're going to have to get, cheaper apartments. They're going to have to get roommates, which is all good to bring down inflation, which is going to give SoFi another pop eventually, because as inflation is going to keep going down, the Federal Reserve can halt raising interest rates. All the same time, SoFi is going to keep bringing in new customers, and they're going to keep introducing new products, and they're going to keep making the existing products that they have more interactive. These are very, very important goals. Now, SoFi is saying that by the end of the year, quarter four, they're supposed to be GAAP profitable. They went from negative 14 cents per share earnings to negative 5 cents per share earnings. So you see they're super close to GAAP profitability. It's possible the next earnings, quarter three, that they're going to come out with GAAP profitability. Now, if SoFi becomes GAAP profitable a quarter earlier than expected, you can expect a Palantir type moment like, oh, what the fuck just happened? Boom, it's going to shoot up. Now, every single bank, any bank you want to go to, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Capital One, Citibank, all banks are trying to have the best online banking. Have you ever went into a branch in New York? This was happening all the time a couple of years ago. They don't even want to bank you. They say, hey, use the ATMs, use the ATMs. Why? Banks want to become lean and they want to get rid of employees. Why? They want to reduce costs. They want to reduce overheads. Brick and mortar locations are super expensive. That's one thing that SoFi doesn't have. Because SoFi doesn't have brick or mortar locations, SoFi is able to offer you better incentives on their products. What is a better incentive for your products? No fee anything and 4.2% on your savings account, or 1+% on checking account, which is massive. I want to open up a business account, but they don't offer business accounts. I want to open up a custodial account. They don't offer that yet. So there's so much room to grow in the future. Well, one might say, well, Adam, if they don't offer fees, how do they make money? They attract you as a customer. They get you hook, line, and sinker by making you open up direct deposit to get that 4.2%, offering you no fees to actually get you on track, onboard you, and then they offer you other services in the form of loans. And SoFi does not rely on one specific product to make or break them. And because they're diversified with many different offerings, this is the magic sauce of SoFi. And because all banks are trying to get lean and all banks are trying to focus on internet banking, online banking, SoFi kind of has a leg up in a reinvented industry. So banking industry is not a brand new industry, but they are most certainly reinventing themselves. For everything that I just said, you don't believe me? Just check it out. All banks are pushing their online products. All banks are pushing online banking. All banks are pushing you the fuck out of the actual branch, at least in the East Coast, and I'm assuming this is the case for all metropolitan areas. So let's recap. SoFi is currently up 8% for the day. I did buy into SoFi. I opened up a position, several hundred shares to start. I want to buy more options if the price of SoFi pulls back. Why or when can the price of SoFi pull back? Because we're finally starting to see some movement. The banks, the analysts, they're all banks. There is no incentive for a bank to give SoFi a good report to push them because they're the enemy. They're the competition. So there could be a pullback. But at the end of the day, what's going to make or break SoFi is GAAP profitability this year. And if they can get into GAAP profitability a quarter early. I am new to the SoFi community. I love you guys all. Thank you so much for watching my content. A lot of you guys said, Adam, we love the way you break things down. I am a macro trend type of investor, if I can even call it that. I like to connect the dots, and if it makes sense, it makes sense. And if it makes sense, it makes dollars. You feel me? So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching my content. I'm going to keep breaking this down and give you guys the bigger picture, in my personal opinion. Remember, although SoFi is up 20+% year to date, SoFi is still down 20+% for a 52-week. Is SoFi going to get back to $20, $30? Maybe. Is it going to be anytime soon? I don't know. I don't think so. But I am not for let's just wait 5-10 years. I am for let's make money now. Let's get a 50 to 100% return on my investment, and then let's figure out the next stage based on the numbers in front of me. And I do believe that SoFi has a good 50 to 100%, which means you're going to increase if you invested $100, I think you will make $50 to $100 on top of your initial $100 investment. Not financial advice. I'm not qualified to be a financial advisor, nor would I want to give you any financial advice. This is purely entertainment and educational purposes. I'm just giving you guys my own personal plays. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If SoFi pulls back, I am waiting for an entry for LEAP contracts for 2025 January, and also short-term contracts, which I'll probably buy for Q3 earnings just in case they get GAAP profitable. At the same time, I'm going to be patient, relax, and if SoFi starts taking off, that's good. At least I'm in the game. I would like to increase my position significantly into several thousands of shares, but right now I'm okay with several hundreds of shares. Thank you. Have a great day.